Hello, welcome to Clairvoyant Conversations. So we will start with picking a collective reading going into next week, and then we will be taking some names and doing some individual reads. So please make sure to pop your comments, click like, and also to share. That would be great. I've also popped in the top. There is a discount code for bookings leading up to Valentine's Day, which is the code word love. So you'll get 10% off your 1 hour bookings for readings in there. I also have kinesiology available and also half-hour mini reads available too. And I'm just checking. Hi, Jeannie. Lovely to see you here. So what we're going to do, hi, Kitty. We're just waiting for a couple of people to enter, and then we'll jump into a collective reading, and then we'll start taking some names. I'm going to write both your names down though, because you're here early. So let's pop you in, Jeannie. And Kitty. And we'll also pop you in as well, Mardi Ryder. So yeah, just sticking with us. And what we're going to do is we'll start with the collective reading. Let's see. All right, so we're going to look into the week ahead, and then we're going to go into individual reads as well. So we'll just start off with the collective so that everyone gets the chance to have a bit of a reading. All right, so what's happening with the collective energy with our group here tonight, and those that are tuning in to watch this after? They're telling us to get one more, so we've got 4 cards. So what we're going to do is just tune into these, and we'll pick some more clarifying ones if needed. Let's just tune in and see. But we will be answering individual questions soon, so please remember to like and share. You can also tag your friends too if you want your friends to see this tonight. So I'm just tuning in now, and for those that are just joining us, we do have a discount code, which will be, I'm just reading. Thank you. So my discount code, so that if you did want to book a one-on-one hour session, you'll be able to receive 10% off using the tuning into the collective to start with. So the image that they're showing me is the clouds and looking down. And what I'm seeing with this is looking at things from a different perspective, or gaining a little bit of distance, or, oh, okay, this makes sense. Because of some of the planets that we have in place at the moment, also kind of featuring a little bit too. So what this that's what I'm seeing at the moment, is kind of looking at things from the sky down. Clear answer on things, that this might also be a time or a sign to just sort of step back a bit, give a golden divine color coming in at the moment, and I'm and then walk that heart energy on the ground. Hopefully it's not cutting out for everyone. All right, I'm going to flip these cards and we're going to get into it. This is funny that we talked about the cloud. Top down, so looking at it from a different perspective. So we have this energy coming through here. We also have so this is Prince of Cups. So for me, this speaks kind of like more of that, like, trust your gut, trust your heart type energy. Hopefully it's not cutting out. I know this happens sometimes on Facebook Live, guys. Please bear with me. But yeah, we have, give yourselves that medicine of the moment. We have kind of like a little musical glyph too. So this to me is speaking about frequency. I'm just seeing if there's anything that I can do on my end. Hopefully it's not too bad with the internet. Hopefully it just continues to go. But and out, looking at things from a higher perspective is the energy that I'm feeling with this. The other card that we have is the card. This is the Three of Wands too. This is kind of like we have a Knight of Discs. So this feels to me like preparing for like a longer battle ahead, or perhaps like moving towards a goal or a motivation. I'm hearing them say like end goal too, but I feel that this is a redivining and like bringing it back to you, that energy. And even what I'm sort of feeling, I'm just seeing others as saying as well. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't know what's happening with the internet tonight. I do have one-on-one private sessions as well. If there is anyone that is in need of a private one-on-one session at the moment, we can use Skype, Zoom, we can also use Messenger, but there is the discount code LOVE. So what I'm feeling with this too is there's multiple different frequencies going on at the moment, not only and of people collectively, there's a lot of kind of like chaos. So sorry guys, I just lost you. I don't know what's happening with the internet here tonight. So we've picked a card for Kitty. So hopefully you're going to jump back on, Kitty. I'm just going to keep an eye to see if your name comes back up. But we did pick a card for Kitty. Hopefully this other live did go up so that everyone gets the collective reading that we did at the start. So I'm just going to feel into this. So the energy that I was being shown, so hopefully you're still here, Kitty. We'll be taking some other names really soon. So what I saw was a koi fish pond, and I saw a koi fish just swimming round and round in the circle, but the fish didn't realize that it could swim out into the wider pond. It kept sort of circling the pond. So I feel that your guides are talking about exploring a wider space and exploring a, because they're sort of showing me it's like expand your circle. I'm going to okay, we're going to try this one last time. So hopefully things are working and a little bit more stabilized. We were picking cards for Moon, Moon Mal. So hopefully you can jump back on. I do have my discount booking code tonight, which is the code LOVE. There seems to be some kind of like blackout thing happening in the area that I'm in tonight. So let's just have a look. Hi, Janie. Lovely to see you here. Okay, we're having a little bit of tech issues tonight, so hopefully this holds strong. This will be my last try. If it does cut out, I will see everyone next week. We are getting NBN hopefully next week too. So I'm just having a look what we've got. We're just tuning in for Moon Mal. I'm just going to flip these cards. So we have the card of indolence. So there might have been an old relationship or old something that you put your hope and faith in and were like wanting to manifest, and perhaps all of a sudden you found out some information, or perhaps it wasn't what it appeared. But what we do have is that the start of it was beautiful. We have these beautiful brass looking cups. This feels to me like a recognition or something kind of like an intuition or a hunch. So we've got this sort of energy here, and then we've also got it going into the Lovers card. So I feel that this is like about a new beginning or a new start. For those of you just joining, good morning, Phyllis. Love to see people from the other side of the world. So hopefully we've got a strong connection now. But yeah, for you, Moon Mel, we do have the card of Lovers. So whether there was possibly like a bit of dishonesty, or perhaps not the same equal put into a relationship, or like that same, that person matching what you're putting in, I do feel that there is kind of like a change in frequency or something coming. I feel that there's something that's much more open and equally shared in terms of relationship. The other thing that we do have is a Piscean Saturn energy. So whether there was sort of like a little bit of constriction stuff happening, or a bit of feeling like it's chasing your tail type energy in terms to do with like relationship. So we have that come up. So let's have a look for Sarah K. So hopefully my internet is working. This says Knight of Swords. So this is for Sarah K. I'm feeling that there's something about diving in at the moment. What's interesting is, oh, good. Thank you, Laura Lou. So what we've got with this is Knight of Swords. This is like about being your own kind of knight in shining armor. This is, to me, feels like not having to wait for other people to jump in regards to, I think this is a general reading that you were asking for, Sarah K. You can see that your heart is in there. So you have wings on top of your crown chakra. So it's that you're kind of made of another essence that's not quite of this world. We do have the golden, they look like blue jays here, these three little golden birds. So blue jays are kind of like those little collector birds that will, you know, be after something shiny or be after the beautiful gift. And you do have these flying at your side. I feel that this is also spirit talking about getting you to look at, I'm hearing them say, accepting greater levels of abundance. So I feel that that's a message for you this week, looking into accepting greater ideals of abundance. So looking at if there's any patterns that might be blocking your abundance as well could also be really helpful going forward for this week. And also looking at like what makes you happy and tuning into that higher spiritual level as well. So let's pick one for you, Janie Bodle. Brody, sorry. All right, so. Okay, so what I'm actually feeling at the moment, I just heard them say the word shield up. I feel like to put an emotional buffer around at the moment, but they're showing me like this beautiful, it's like a golden cylinder of protection. Sometimes when we see this, it's actually kind of like shielding and protecting our mind and protecting our heart. So I'm just sort of seeing this like beautiful golden shield come in from spirit. It feels to me to be more from like the angelic realms. I'm just seeing, they're also saying the word focus, and they're showing me like to look at something. So whether this is like about putting your protection up, refocusing on where it is that you do feel guided to go. They're showing me about tuning into the heart and taking a step forward with the heart. I'm going to flip these cards. This is cool. We have the wealth card, which is 10 of discs. This is about something manifesting on the physical plane. It might have been that you put the intention out there on the spiritual side of things. And then we have kind of like this Ace of Wands, which wands is the spiritual thing. So it might be something new coming in. So definitely like put... Oh, Sarah K, we just did one for you. So if you go back to the start of this video, you will see we did yours a couple of minutes in. So yeah, it's definitely there in this video. So what we have with this Ace of Wands is, I'm hearing spirit also say, look at the ace that you've had up your sleeve. So whether there's something that you were intuitionally feeling a little bit drawn to perhaps in the past and you've been keeping it up your sleeve. So whether there's like a, feels to me almost like a business idea, whether you've had something business-wise like up your sleeve too. It's a very interesting energy that they're showing me to do with this. So I hope that this makes sense and helps. But I do feel that it could lead to physical abundance also, which is very interesting. So Laura Lou, let's pick a card for you. And then we'll pick some more after that. So for Laura Lou, what they're actually showing me, spirit is showing me a necklace at the moment, and I'm seeing things that seem to be creative. They're talking about getting your hands onto something creative to get your mind. Oh, cool. Yes, you've been have been painting, artistic business. Perfect. That feels so good. It feels, yeah, it feels different, that energy. It feels to be something that's connected to do with that heart space as well. Okay. So for Laura Lou, what I'm being shown is, yeah, being shown like beading or making something with your hands. And they're talking about, it's like getting your mind into a different level. So it's actually going from like a stressful type state into like one where it's like you're able to kind of like channel your energy into something that feels like you can let go of things. It feels very grounding. This is cool. We have the card of the star. So this is you bringing in higher inspiration. Sometimes we're doing this when we step into creative energy as well. We're able to channel down this higher frequency and bring these gifts onto the earth. And these little gemstones or crystals actually could be something that we would bead and something that we could make into a necklace or something. So really beautiful message with that. I feel that it's about flowing your creativity, but also tapping in and bringing your knowledge with it as well. This to me feels like a transformational process. So whether it's keeping your heart and your hands busy so that you can kind of sail through a little bit of transformation energy, I hope that that helps, Laura Lou. Okay, let's have a look. All right, so Stephanie Hitty, I hope I'm saying your name right. Let's pick a card for you. Okay. All right, I'm hearing them say the word refocus, and I felt like when we picked the card, I saw a lot of orange. This is refocus your confidence. And what I mean by that is sometimes we will kind of like lightheartedly go into something and we need that little fire that's starting underneath us. So Spirit is talking about like lighting that little fire and stepping 1 foot forward. They're showing me almost like a battle and stepping 1 foot and then waiting for 1 foot to come back. So what I'm seeing is it's like stealth-like movements or almost like moving pieces on a chessboard. I'm going to flip this card. This is so cool. So we have Prince of Wands, and look at this beautiful energy. This is kind of like a solar-guided phoenix energy. So this is about like a rebirth. It's that orange color that we talked about too, of breathing that confidence into something. So what we can see is this phoenix energy. With the phoenix energy as well, we kind of want to let things die off of their own accord. We don't want to like poke it in order to get it to be reborn. So this also speaks to me of timing, but it's like when the timing is right, things line up. So in the meantime, working on your confidence so that that will also keep you occupied in that time so that when things do open up and clear, you can run straight through. I do feel that this is a representation of you changing something within your self frequency, and then I'm seeing green light, green light, green light in many different areas of life. So they're showing when you can work with this one thing, it's you change your frequency, you change the way that you interact with manifesting in the universe is what they're showing. So I hope that that helps. I will pick a few more cards for people. So we have Phyllis Glenn. Let's pick a card for you. Right. Where I'm actually being taken with you, Phyllis, is they're showing me they're going into the mind, and then I'm seeing into like around the throat and the heart. And they're talking about being like a deep thinker, and whether there's been something that's heavy on your mind. And what they're actually showing me is sometimes some of us are like such deep thinkers that we can manifest or create things into our reality. So they're really referencing to be careful with your thoughts, especially at the moment. The other thing that I'm seeing is they're showing me you holding things for other people. So whether you emotionally feel sometimes that you're holding things for other people, they're showing and referencing that this has perhaps become a habit. So they're showing me a basket, and they're showing me sorting through the different space of your mind, and they're like, is this my thought or is this someone else's? And they're talking about doing a spring clear out or clean out of things that are going on that you're holding for other people that perhaps are not just your own. Oh, thank you, Kate. That's sweet of you. I made this one actually. I sewed all the individual tassels myself. So for you, Phyllis, the card that we've got is Ace of Discs. So this is really looking at your mindset in regards to like the physical earth. So looking at those that you have around you, are you holding, different things for other people? Is there something that you can let go of? This is about reconfiguring. Usually this card for me speaks about conception, it speaks about timing, it speaks about things lining up. In this case, I feel like it's reconfiguring and getting those cogs to kind of fit together, or that little Tetris thing. It would be almost like a Virgo energy of organizing, but of the mind. So if we can think about in regards to that and a bit of a spring clear out on the mind. Sometimes when it's overwhelming, we need help. So don't be afraid to seek out, the counsel of a good friend or an actual professional counselor or professional coach that can help with mindset stuff, or even, hypnotherapists can be really good in order to let us go of subconscious subconscious patterns and beliefs. So I'm just seeing you go further forward. Let's pick a card around this. So I'll flip this over. Yeah, to me, Princess of Swords represents someone that's kind of standing in their own way. So they might be somewhat aware of how they do things, but they're not hopping off the path in order to change something. So this is about getting an outside help. You could always even do meditation or use some hypnotherapy apps if you didn't feel that you could reach out and speak to someone else. There is hotlines and things that you can call just for, you know, some online counseling and things too, because I just feel that you've been carrying other things for so long for other people. And it might be that you're carrying it on an emotional level or carrying it physically, like in your body, in your energy field as well. So I hope that that helps. And I'm just checking how we're going for time. You're welcome, Stephanie. Thank you everyone for your patience tonight with dealing with our tech issues. I know that some of the other readers have also said that they've had some issues this week. So let me just see. So Kavita Nadu, let's pick a card for you. So hi there, hope you're well. I would like to know if I'm going to find another job anytime soon. I lost my job. I'm sorry to hear about that. So let's pick a card. Oh, got some cards jumping out. All right, so they're telling me with these cards, it sort of forms or tells a story. So they're talking about feeling like in the past things may have fallen into place. That this to me sometimes speaks about divine timing. And then what I'm seeing is the card of Valua. So it may have been feeling like at first that it was divine timing or that there was sort of like a fit with it. And there may have been happiness in the past towards that. Then we also have the card of Valor, which sometimes can be an illusionary thing or something that can kind of like knock you off your path, or something comes in that feels a little bit stronger. Then we have kind of like this flip of information and knowledge that perhaps happened. So whether there was something that happened that made you have to look at things from a different way, or whether you feel that it kind of like drained your energy, it also can have that with it. Princess of Cups, it's really getting you to kind of like re-nourish, bring through like that divine inspiration and that pattern of where you actually want to go. But this is not about looking at it from a mental level. This is about looking at it from a heart and from a gut level. So we have this beautiful Princess Cup. She's bringing through the wisdom. So she's learning from the past. But what I do see is that it may be an obstacle to overcome on a mental level. And that's why they're talking about doing it like from the heart. So this can also be like a physical thing to overcome. So this might be also about kind of like reschooling or re-looking at your skills in order to future-proof. So it might be that like in your chosen field or territory, they're saying that there may be like a block or maybe like a stagnation to do with work. So looking at how you can kind of like future-proof yourself. Yes, I am home for holiday, for my holiday, hoping to get back up to New South Wales as soon as I can though. It feels like home up there, but thank you for asking. All right, so let's have a look into, Jeannie, I did do a card for you. It was either on the first or the second video, so hopefully you're able to see that. I did say your name as well. Let's pick a card for Belle Liliana. So hello, I'm doing my homework, but I would love a reading and could use the break from the books. I hear you. Okay, so let's pick a card for Belle. All right, so first off, what they're showing me, Belle, is I'm being shown a yellow flower that's coming through from spirit. And this spirit to me feels like someone who's perhaps like a little bit younger. So it might be someone who felt as though they passed before it was their time. And they're representing and bringing a spirit. They're coming through on my left side, which usually speaks to me of female energy. Now, I don't usually do the mediumship side unless there's someone who sometimes is a little bit more wanting to get through. But there is a younger female spirit that's bringing through a yellow flower. And when I say female, sometimes it can also represent someone that may have had a feminine energy. So it might not physically be female, but they're representing as someone who has that feminine energy and quality. Thank you, Janine. Yes, definitely happy up there. I had a beautiful time with my partner. So I'll just jump into this card for you, Belle. So yeah, I'm seeing that energy of yellow come up, and it's coming up on the left hand side. So usually when this comes up, it is around study, education, or learning. So I'm not surprised considering you're saying that you're studying for books and that. But what is interesting to me and surprising is that it's coming up on the left side. So even though you're doing your homework, what they're actually showing guidance wise is it's almost like knowing or trusting your intuition that you know a lot more than what you might from books. So whether this is something that you could add upon when you're writing an essay, yeah. Oh, yes. That's so funny. Thank you. That was actually at my parents' place. Yeah, how funny is my dad just popping up in the video randomly. So with you, Belle, what I'm seeing is spirit is really trying to encourage, and this beautiful spirit energy that's presenting with you as well, in your energy field is also talking about like trusting your own internal guidance, trusting your intuition when it comes time to study. Because they're saying there's a lot of information that you hold within you, but you don't always give yourself validation. And they're talking about that you're a lot smarter than what you give yourself credit for. So let's pick this card, flip it over. We have the card of lust. So this is kind of like controlling thoughts and different things in order to like get the job done. So this is a card of lust, but this represents being a container and holding this spirit energy in and holding this intuition, so that you can focus and kind of like rise above and birth something new into the world. Even though you might be working or studying, and sometimes this is required that we regurgitate, but in this situation, this is actually getting you to bear, or I don't want to say the word born, birth. Spirit is trying to talk about this is your opportunity to birth something new. And what they mean by that is to bring something, your own take on it into the world. So whether this is like your own language around what it is that you're studying, or bring through your divine guidance and what you feel that you're to bring to, whether you've got to write an essay or whether it's a topic that you're expanding on. They're talking about how can you kind of like flavor this with your own energy. So let's pop that back in, but I hope that that helps. Beautiful energy to read into as well. Jessie Stafford, let's pick a card for you. All right. They're also showing me with you, Jessie, I'm not sure if you've been doing a lot for other people at the moment, but Spirit, when I was just knocking on the deck of cards, because we knock on the cards to clear energy, they were just doing like a few. And I feel like they're doing that just in around you. I don't feel it's bad energy. It feels like it's sometimes we just pick up a lot. So, you know, like if we go into a shopping center, or say if we've been working in work like doing massage all day, we might absorb other people's energy. Or if we're in a job, that kind of situation where we're working with people, it's so easy as an empath to absorb energy. So they're just saying, just give like a little tap, or whether you play music, or whether you do, you know, a shower or whatever ritual to kind of clean energy. They're just saying, it's like, just breathe out, give yourself like a little bit of space so that you can recalibrate and give yourself just that kind of that freedom and that how will we say, like breath. Give yourself like that breath of space. We'll flip this card. We've got the card of the Emperor. So this is about being spiritually in this situation of what they were talking about. It's kind of how would I describe? This is an Aries type energy. So it has like a little bit of fire to it. This is sort of like a self-governance over who you choose to give your energy to. It's about not being afraid to say no to people sometimes. Yes, I do soak it up. Thank you so much. Makes sense. So what I'm seeing with this too, it's just being more selective of who you allow around you in your space, and actually going, you know what, the Emperor's door is closed for now. I need to go and rest and recharge on different things as well. So we have this gold rising phoenix energy, and we can see here that on the shield, phoenix with the golden, the orange sun in the background. So this is about kind of rising from the ashes, but it's to do with the new horizon. So look at where you want to go, who is supportive on your path, in terms of like who is a supportive energy, if that makes sense. But yeah, we've got the energies of like the sacral chakra here, and your solar plexus. So this is about feeling into who is a frequency match, who do you allow into your space, pretend or visualize that you are the emperor or the empress type energy, and who is kind of like worthy to come into your energy. Don't just give your energy away. So I hope that makes sense. It feels like a beautiful message. And yeah, just have that little bit of a buffer up. It's not going to hurt to have a little bit of that wall up. Don't be so quick to feel that you have to please others, is a message that I get with that, and being selective as though you're that beautiful emperor or empress. Okay, just having a look. Kate Manning, let's pick a card for you. All right, they're telling me 1 out of this deck. So we've got our 1 out of that deck, and then they're saying 2 out of our other deck. So let's have a look. All right, so interesting thing, Kate, as I'm putting my hand over this card, my hand's going, and I'm hearing almost like a hovercraft type energy. So they're showing me the image of Star Wars for some reason, and what I mean by this is, you know how there's those little vehicles that kind of glide over the land so they don't quite touch. I'm seeing green with this, so green to me speaks of heart chakra. What is it that you need to kind of glide over with heart energy without feeling sucked into or magnetized to or drawn to the earth, is an energy that I'm seeing with this. So Spirit is asking you to look at a situation that you might be just needing to hover over, not fully giving your heart energy. So let's flip this card. Power. This makes sense. So we have beautiful orange in the background, which, as you guys know that follow me regularly, I talk about orange being a color that's connected to do with confidence, being in your place of power. We also have the other elements with this. We have Capricorn energy and we have Sun. This is about stabilizing something on the physical plane. This is also about having this watery moat up around the building. So looking at protecting your heart, looking at kind of like protecting that structure. The moat to me represents choosing when to bring up that drawbridge and when to let it down, and who to allow close to our heart. This is always about trusting that intuition, that higher spirit. We do have this beautiful little window that allows the sun and the purity to come in from the top. And I'm going to flip these cards that go, oh my God. So we have 3 of Wands, then the 4 of Disc, and we have the 5 of Wands. So this is about sort of like avoiding that conflict and really trying to step into, and because it's Wands, it might be, there could be like spiritual politics or kind of like a higher politics or a karmic politics happening in a way. So this to me speaks about like really looking at like how you can get to that growth expansion stage, because I feel that this is the main card in this situation that Spirit is guiding us towards. 3 pillar, it's weird, I want to say 3 pillars, but it's a 3 of Wands. So this represents kind of like that initial achievement or growth on a spiritual level, standing in your place of power, why there might be a little bit of conflict and things happening around. But the main message I was seeing from Spirit was kind of like hovering with your heart, but not having to feel sucked in or pulled into things. This could be like a friendship group. It could be sort of more what you would call like soul family type group, or even possibly like clients type energy with that. So really looking at how that applies to you, or even family. It's just those that are sort of close to you that might be trying to draw or siphon on some energy. So Simone Capitoli, hopefully I'm saying your name right. All right, let's pick a card for you. I'm seeing an orange flash. I feel that you're getting visual stuff at the moment, whether you've had flashes out the corners of your eyes. I feel they're talking about like clairvoyant development. So practicing meditation and then practicing looking at like candle flame, things like that can activate. Also talking in terms of like giving your brain that validation. So if you do see spirit or you see a flash out your eyes, like the corner of your eyes, the peripheral, because this is where we also will see or start to begin to see spirit in that way. It's just giving yourself that validation. Thank you, Kate. You're so welcome. For anyone that does want an extended private one-on-one reading, I have the half-hour sessions. They are $50. I have a couple of spots for next week. I highly recommend booking a 1 hour session. I do have a sale on that at the moment. The discount code LOVE will knock 10% off, bringing it down to $90, where we do a 1 hour jam-packed information session that you can also record for personal use. Yeah, so hoping to get to help as many people as I can. I have a couple of spots left towards the end of next week. Maybe 1 or 2 I could possibly put in. Personal message me if the time that you want is not available. So this card is for Simone Capitoli. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. All right, so Spirit is showing me, this is interesting, I'm getting a few different things come through. I'm getting a yellow green energy wave come in from here. Spirit is talking about learning from like a higher heart energy that's coming in. So whether this is looking at heart patterns and learning around heart patterns. So this sometimes can be, Spirit is talking about like looking at examples of love that you've had and looking at like how we can break these cycles and patterns if there has been things that have caused heartache and different things in the past. What I'm also seeing is Spirit is showing me what we would call clairvoyance, which is like smell. So I'm not sure sometimes if you just get random like smells appear or random taste. I feel that Spirit is referencing this ability, or whether this is going to get stronger. So really paying attention and fine-tuning that energy. I feel that Spirit is trying to deliver messages to you. Flip this over. Yes, we have the card of change, which is 2 of this. Sometimes this can be a hard decision or choice that needs to be made. It can be about weighing things up, looking at the left, looking at the right, looking at the dark, looking at the light. It's sort of bringing about change. But this is change in order for our growth. So can be a little bit of a tricky situation. Bring it into the energy of your heart in order to feel what feels like that path. So hopefully this helps. Yeah, lovely to pick a card for you as well. And I'm seeing how we're going time-wise. We have a little bit longer. Lisa Tia. Oops, we just had a card fully jump out of the deck for you. Let me grab that. So we had this card jump face up, so I'm just going to hold this up. We have the card of the Fool. Now, sometimes when people get this card, they're like, oh, you know, the Fool, what does this mean? And it's not about being the Fool. I reference it to kind of in a female energy way, or a feminine energy. Sometimes it can be that beautiful archetype of Alice in Wonderland. So it's sometimes about going on a journey. So this one is for Lisa Tia. Lisa Tear it might be. So what I'm seeing with this is really trying to bring it back to being present in the moment. Don't get too caught up with like trying to plan for the future and different things, because I feel that it's draining some of the essence and energy for living in the moment. I feel like we have little messengers come in. So we have this beautiful white dove at the top. We have a few different animals that the Fool has tamed through the kind of like wonderment and innocence, because this represents like an innocence, and this is why it's so important to live in that state of in the present moment. So when you look at a toddler, or we look at those that are kind of like on the younger scale of things, they have this just like beautiful way of living in the moment. And it's really gorgeous because they're able to let go of things. They're able to perhaps, you know, have a bit of a scream and cry and let things out and come back to like being on the path in that moment. And it's so beautiful to look at things through that that energy of the child and that like wonderment and innocence. Oh, you're so welcome, Belle. Thank you for joining us and having that beautiful break for homework. Good luck with all of your study. Yeah, so that's what I have for you, Lisa. So I hope that resonates. But yeah, there is a little bit of learning. Like it feels like it might be a little bit of shifting and learning to keep reminding yourself to bring it back to the present. So I hope that helps. Let's pick a card for, just having a look where Spirit is taking me. All right. So Samantha, let's pick a card for you. And they're telling you, go to the other deck. So let's go to this other deck. I'm not sure if you've been having like a little bit of back stuff, but I just felt like Spirit's talking about like clicking the back. And what I'm feeling with this is like that mid-back area. So when this comes up in chiropractics or kinesiology, sometimes you're welcome, Lisa. Sometimes this can also reference to do with immunity. So looking at what you're doing in order to keep your immune system high, because they're showing me different external stresses. So whether there's been something around externally that's perhaps making you a little bit drained, whether it can be like a little bit of sleepless nights or kind of like emotions or anxiety or anything that sort of like feels like it's overstimulating. Sometimes this can also drain our adrenals and impact on our kidney chi energy too. But what they're sort of showing is like a feeling to click your back into place. So I'm not sure whether you go get adjusted or whether you do like a back roll or anything at home, but Spirit's sort of showing it's like they want to click things back into place. And they're also showing me this region is like at the back spot of the heart chakra. So let's flip this card that we've got. We've got a 3 of Wands as well. So this is that initial achievement and growth on a spiritual level. So look at the foundation of what is around you at the moment. Is there anything that you feel that you're sort of setting up foundationally? We just had 3 triple threes coming in then. I'm just pulling another card and we'll flip that. Yeah, look at this Queen of Wands. You're setting something up to be big. I'm also feeling that this is possibly in relation to business, whether there's an idea or a seed that's been planted or a business that's been started that you're growing bigger. But this is about stepping into your Queen energy. And when they're referencing that kind of spine area, I'm also seeing and hearing the word adjustment. So for me, this means like bringing yourself into alignment, especially when it comes placed to the heart, because they're referencing going like this on the heart. So this to me makes me think of like those little, what do you call it, defibrillators, where we're like, all right, clear, and we get that jump start to the heart. What I'm seeing is Spirit showing me this action. So it's taking your own energy, not waiting for anyone else to pull yourself into alignment. So making a list of how you feel that you pull yourself into alignment is the other message that I get with this. This also represents that spiritual growth, becoming like a queen in terms of like spirituality. The other image that we have on top of the head, this crown energy, is the eagle as well. So this is about tapping into your own wisdom. The other thing that we have too is calling on the protection of this beautiful big cat energy. I do feel that even though this is a spiritual card, I feel that this is about something that you're wanting to manifest on the physical paradigm of things. So what is it that you're wanting to anchor and manifest onto the earth? Let's pick a card in relation to that very quickly and flip this. Look at this. This is looking at your long-term goals and achievements. We have this power card. This might represent what we're getting in terms of like saving for a house or possibly like property could also be coming up for you. So making sure you have the energy of what you want to flow your energy into. So having the mindset of where you want your energy to go, having that long-term goal, reassessing different things that you want to manifest. Have that spiritual mindset, that spiritual energy that you can channel into something. So Spirit is asking you to look at what it is that you want to funnel things into. I hope that that helps. Thank you so much, everyone that's joined us tonight, and thank you for your patience in whatever was happening internet-wise. I know some other readers have had problems with Facebook through the week, and some of my friends have as well. But sending you all so much love, and I really appreciate each and every one of you joining us. Remembering that I have my discount code available for one-on-one private sessions. A lot of my clients get so much out of the sessions. I have a lot of customers and clients that come back as repeat clients because they really love the sessions that we spend together. But yeah, if anyone is resonating and would love a booking with a discount, please use the discount LOVE. It's the one-on-one 1 hour session that the LOVE one can be applied to. You're so welcome, Samantha. Thank you, everyone, and have a beautiful weekend.